15 Most Dangerous Lighthouses in the World. Lighthouses are meant to protect sailors from dangerous coastlines, but what happens when the lighthouse itself is in a deadly location? Some of these structures have been smashed by waves, cut off from civilization, or even taken by the sea itself. Today, we explore 15 of the most dangerous lighthouses in the world, each with its own terrifying history. Let's begin. Bishop Rock Lighthouse, England. Located off the Isles of Scilly in the Atlantic Ocean, Bishop Rock Lighthouse is known as the most isolated lighthouse in the world. It sits on a tiny rock, completely exposed to powerful storms and massive waves. The first attempt to build a lighthouse here in 1847 ended in disaster when a storm destroyed the structure before it was even completed. The current lighthouse, built in 1858, is a marvel of engineering, but even today, it faces some of the worst weather conditions in the UK. Stannard Rock Lighthouse, USA. Known as the loneliest lighthouse in North America, Stannard Rock stands in the middle of Lake Superior, nearly 24 miles from the nearest land. It's completely isolated, with nothing but water in every direction. Lighthouse keepers who worked here faced brutal winters, ice storms, and extreme loneliness. One winter, the ice built up so heavily around the lighthouse that the entire structure was at risk of collapsing. Today, it's automated, but it remains a terrifying symbol of isolation. Carrion Lighthouse, France. Carrion Lighthouse stands in the Iroise Sea, one of the roughest parts of the Atlantic Ocean. It is constantly battered by 30-meter waves, which sometimes completely submerge the structure. Keepers assigned here were often trapped inside for weeks at a time, unable to leave due to the deadly seas around them. Eddystone Lighthouse, England. The waters around Eddystone Rock have been a shipwreck graveyard for centuries. The first lighthouse built here in 1698 was washed away by the sea, and the second one burned down in a tragic fire. The third lighthouse lasted over 100 years but was dismantled after cracks appeared. The current Eddystone Lighthouse, built in 1882, has survived many storms, but it remains one of the most challenging lighthouses to maintain. Fastnet Rock Lighthouse, Ireland. Nicknamed Ireland's Teardrop, because it was the last sight of Ireland for emigrants sailing to America, Fastnet Rock Lighthouse is one of the most dangerous lighthouses in the world. The Atlantic storms here are brutal, with winds reaching hurricane speeds. The keepers who worked here often described the feeling of being in the middle of the ocean, even though they were still near Ireland. Skerryvore Lighthouse, Scotland. Built on a submerged reef, Skerryvore Lighthouse took over 7 years to construct due to constant storms and dangerous waves. The keepers stationed here had to live in isolation for months, facing terrifying storms that made it nearly impossible to leave. Great Isaac Cay Lighthouse, Bahamas. This lighthouse is famous for its deadly hurricanes and a mysterious disappearance. In 1969, the two lighthouse keepers vanished without a trace, leading to ghost stories and legends about the island. The lighthouse is still operational, but it stands as one of the most haunted and dangerous lighthouses in the world. Tillamook Rock Lighthouse, USA. Nicknamed Terrible Tilly, this lighthouse off the Oregon coast was one of the most feared postings for keepers. Huge waves constantly crashed over the structure, making life inside extremely difficult. During storms, keepers were trapped for weeks, unable to get fresh supplies. The construction process itself was so dangerous that a worker died before it was even completed. Rubjerg Knude Lighthouse, Denmark. This lighthouse was built in 1900 but faced an unusual problem: the shifting sands of Denmark's coastline. Over the years, dunes buried the lighthouse, and the ocean threatened to swallow it completely. In 2019, the entire lighthouse was moved inland to prevent it from falling into the sea. Aniva Lighthouse, Russia. Built by the Japanese in the 1930s, Aniva Lighthouse stands on an isolated rock between Russia and Japan. After being abandoned, the lighthouse fell into decay, making it one of the most dangerous places to visit. The surrounding waters are full of violent currents, making access nearly impossible. White Shoal Lighthouse, USA. Sitting in the freezing waters of Lake Michigan, White Shoal Lighthouse faces extreme winters where ice completely covers the structure. The ice buildup can get so heavy that it threatens to collapse the lighthouse itself. Trewindoo Lighthouse, Wales. Located in the Menai Strait, Trewindoo Lighthouse is surrounded by strong currents and unpredictable waves. It is a constant challenge to maintain, as high tides and strong winds make repairs extremely dangerous. La Jument Lighthouse, France. One of the most famous lighthouses in the world, La Jument is known for a legendary photograph of a massive wave completely engulfing it. The lighthouse sits in a part of the Atlantic Ocean that experiences some of the most violent storms in Europe. Punta Carena Lighthouse, Italy. Located on the island of Capri, Punta Carena Lighthouse faces powerful Mediterranean storms and rising sea levels. Over the years, erosion has made it increasingly difficult to maintain, putting its future at risk. Chivenec Lighthouse, France. Chivenec is considered one of the most cursed lighthouses in history. The isolated location and terrifying storms made life here unbearable. Several lighthouse keepers went insane, leading to rumors that the lighthouse was haunted. These lighthouses may be breathtaking, but they are also some of the most dangerous places in the world. From isolation and extreme weather to mysterious disappearances and terrifying storms, the people who have worked in these structures have faced unimaginable challenges. Which of these lighthouses do you think is the most dangerous? Let us know in the comments below. Channel outro. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this journey into the world's most dangerous lighthouses, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to World of Lighthouse. We'll be back with more incredible lighthouse stories soon. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.